Wilson Miles from Black Human TV. Hello, guys. How's it going?
Good, man. Yeah, nice.
So, Daniel, obviously it's been a long journey, but you finally got it here. The albatross is off your back. What's that feeling like to have your first feature out, ready to come out?
Feels good to finish. Feels good to finish. I can't lie. I like action, so it feels good to finish.
What was the longevity process like? Obviously, there's development, there's putting the story. Was it because your schedule was too busy, you couldn't find time to be on set and so forth?
No, it was just the locking down of the story, locking down of the structure, making certain decisions. I think it was building a world and kind of drilling down to the heart of the film, and a lot of things change over the course of the film. Then my schedule did come to play, and that's why we got the co-writer Joe Murtagh to come in and do a pass, and then yeah, it's just the time. The idea comes out when it needs to come out, I feel.
This could be looked like as an ordinary story, but it's sci-fi. As I watched this, I totally forgot about that part. I go, oh, this is a different world. Whose idea was it to put this in a different world where it's sci-fi, where it's very technical out there, where people are just not seeing that this is something that's normally that can happen, but they're seeing a new world here.
Well, with co-director Kibwe Tavares, like that's his strong suit. Essentially, if you see his past films, Robots and Brixton short films, and Jonah, and a Scarecrow film, he was about doing otherworldly things, and that's what we really wanted. I mean, we didn't want us to be limited. We didn't want minimalism. We wanted maximalism, and so his expertise in world building and futuristic aesthetic allowed us to go into that space.
Kane, obviously, it's a big role for you. It's something that I've been covering a lot of films. I don't often see you so often on screen. At least outside of what people know you from. What led you to say yes to taking on this project?
The ambition of the project, as Daniel just said, wanting to make something that was big and potentially global, but also like very unique to London at the same time. I grew up in London. I thought it was an important story to tell, one of family and community and togetherness, but also the father and son relationship, and Izzy and Benji's relationship. There was a lot to play with there, a lot of emotional beats. So that was definitely a challenge, but very interesting for me to get into.
What did you want to do to immerse yourself in the character that you're playing outside of the script that you were given? This is for Kane. This is for Kane. Like outside of the script, how else did you want to play this character?
Oh yeah, I mean, the script's always what that's kind of that gives you the structure, that gives you the background. But yeah, they're just building blocks. You know what I mean? You just kind of like add, and the more you read, and the more I speak with Daniel or work with Jedaiah and just like live in the character every day, the more it like finds its own shape and its own personality. And I'm a person that like to really, really pull from like real experiences and real people, and what's a real human reaction. And sometimes it's not what you expect or not what you usually see on TV, but I like to play people that I feel like I know, So yeah, it was just like living life and just experiencing, and that led us to the performance of Izzy.
For you, Daniel, getting behind the chair, to co-direct this movie, you've been on a number of projects. What was the one thing that you got out of this that hopefully moving forward you can do this again? Whether it be with another person, your co-director, or by yourself?
I think it's just making something with a group of people. I think there's something about acting in the position I'm in that's quite isolating, and it doesn't facilitate a lot of like the collaboration that got me to fall in love with it. You know what I'm saying? I still love acting. It's just to be on set and have a laugh with the grips is how I want to spend my day. It's harder to do it when you've got a lot of scenes. When you're on the camera. So yeah, I think that and understanding different departments and learning and broadening your skill sets. I mean, like communication and understanding and listening, and how that dictates the development and growth of the project.
There's a lot of new faces on this. You know, some people recognize Kane. Jedaiah is a discovery. Was it a conscious decision to bring in new faces as opposed to a familiar, especially when you're trying to get your first film off the ground?
I don't think it was like, oh, we need someone new. It's just like we want people that reflect the authenticity in the world that we're building. And whoever made us feel something did it, do you know what I'm saying? And then they just happen to be people that haven't done much or haven't done anything at all. And then I think that's what I think has lent itself to the tone and the freshness of the piece, is that kind of like unpredictability of the incredible talented people that we have to help build this world.
You know, I initially started watching this movie. I said to myself, is this going to be a new version of Oliver Twist, you know, where Izzy is like Bill Fagan, but it's not. It's something totally different. Obviously, there's a human element to this, the father-son aspect of it that people are hopefully going to relate to. You know, for you, Kane, you know, when you're working with a new discovery like Jedaiah, how did you work on the chemistry?
We just let it naturally happen. I feel, you know, we didn't, you know, spend months together before we started shooting, but we did rehearse a little bit. So we built a bond, as you do, over time. But I think that plays into the script, because when Benji and Izzy first meet, it's very kind of, you know, awkward because of the situation, and Izzy's like quite standoffish and has this like guard up. So I feel like you know, us not being that familiar with each other played into the story and well for those early scenes. And as the film develops and we started to shoot the later scenes, we knew each other a bit more, so we could then get a bit more playful.
What do you want people to get out of this when they're finished watching this movie as it comes out, you know, on Netflix? And obviously you're going to be judged to see, okay, Daniel's got something there. Let's see what he's going to do next. You know, we always know the first one, it's like, okay, you're testing the waters. It's a good, solid film. You're introducing new faces. You got a solid story. What do you want people to get out of this from seeing this? You know, was that thought process with you and your partner?
I think we just wanted more for British cinema. We wanted to go global, to kind of tell universal stories through our specificity, and we wanted to tackle themes that are of compassion, of forgiveness, of love, of joy, of resilience, of resistance, and connection. And we want to be able to facilitate, to be like a tool to facilitate conversations with people, their family, and want this to be a film that people enjoy watching and want to share. Essentially, that's where I feel we were coming from.
Mm-hmm. What led you to cast Kane in this lead role?
I think he's an incredible presence on screen. Going back from like following his music career since the beginning, and seeing him in these early videos, I knew that he could command the camera. And then when he did Top Boy, I'm a fan of the show. What was really interested me, he had the command, but he kept on growing and he kept on honing his craft. And I think he had a kinetic, unpredictable, honest energy that you rarely see in actors of this day and age. Sometimes it's a bit refined. Do you know what I mean? And he has a truth that makes you lean in. Do you know what I'm saying? And you want to know what's happening. And he can say words with a look. And I feel like that's an asset when you're telling a story like this. And also he's like, it's just he's very London. And this film wants someone like Kane. So he asked for it.
And Kane, working with Daniel, what did you get out of him and his partner's direction that helps you out skill set wise as an actor moving forward?
Yeah, definitely a lot from Daniel, just to be able to ask him a question, or and he wrote the script as well. So it's like, oh, well, it's like, what did you want from this scene, or how did you see this, or what was in your mind? But then it don't have to be how like Daniel saw it, you know, however many years ago when he first thought, like on the fly, Daniel might ask me like, what's true to you? You know, how does it feel? Does this feel right? Should we lose this? Should we lose? So all of those conversations, like Daniel being flexible, was amazing for me, because you know, you can be working with a director that's also a great actor, but also is a writer that could be precious about, you know, every single bit of dialogue. But with Dan, it was always about like what is the other most important beats, and what is the truth here, and how can we be as honest as possible, and giving us the floor to explore.
Gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. As I said before, I saw the film. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys again, separately, together. Let's make it so. Congratulations.
Thanks so much, Wilson. Respect, man.
Take care.